Hello students, today we will study the next part of cell structure and function. So in previous parts we have completed all the double membrane cell organelles and the endomembrane structures in the cell. Today we are going to study the ribosomes, microbodies, cytoskeleton, cilia, flagella, centrioles and microfilaments and microtubules. So we'll start today with the ribosome. About ribosomes, you have studied in the lower grades already. These ribosomes, they are the protein factories where the protein is synthesized. So today we will study the detail of these structures. These ribosomes were first observed in the cells of bean roots by Robinson and Brown, and shortly afterwards Pallidae in 1955 observed them in animal cell. So they are observed by the Robinson and Brown, and then they were discovered by Pallidae in 1953 in the animal cell. Now these ribosomes are the smallest organelles of the cell, having the diameter of 150 to 250 angstrom, and they are found either freely in the cytoplasmic matrix or attached with the membranes. If you remember, these ribosomes, they are attached with the endoplasmic reticulum also, making it rough endoplasmic reticulum, and they are found in the matrix of mitochondria and chloroplast also. In prokaryotic cell, they are found freely in the cytoplasm. So these ribosomes are found abundantly in the cells which are actively involved in the प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस. ये राइबोसोम्स उन सेल्स में मैक्सिमम होते हैं जहाँ पर प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस की प्रोसेस कंटिन्यूस चलती रहती है, और इनके जो नंबर हैं वो चेंज होते रहते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू द रेट ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस इन द सेल. नाउ वी विल कम टू द स्ट्रक्चर. सो structure of the ribosomes are consist of two subunits. That one ribosomal subunit is larger in the size, that we call it as the large subunit, and it has a dome like shape, while the other ribosomal unit, it is being smaller in size and occurs above the larger subunit, and it forms a cup like structure. So both these units, they join together. But how do they join? The two ribosomal subunits, they remain united with each other due to specific concentration of magnesium ion. ये दोनों यूनिट्स एक दूसरे के साथ कब अटैच होती हैं? इसका रीज़न है कि जब स्पेसिफिक कंसंट्रेशन हो मैग्नीशियम आयंस की. कैसे? व्हेन द कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ मैग्नीशियम आयंस रिड्यूसेस बिलो क्रिटिकल लेवल, अगर क्रिटिकल लेवल से नीचे चली जाती है कंसंट्रेशन मैग्नीशियम आयन की, then both the ribosomal units get separated. तब ये यूनिट सेपरेटेड रहेंगी. But by raising the concentration of magnesium ions in the matrix, these two ribosomal units, they become associated with each other, and now in this case this is known as the dimer. So during protein synthesis, these many ribosomes form a chain on a common messenger RNA, and at that time they are termed as the polyribosomes or polysomes also. So these are some names given to the ribosome. So understood, this is the basic structure of the ribosome. Now we will discuss the types of ribosomes. So if you remember, I have explained you the classification at that time, the difference in the prokaryotes and eukaryotes we have done, and we have studied already the type of ribosomes present in the prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So ribosomes are of two types, 70S and 80S. Here S represents the sedimentation coefficient. Sedimentation coefficient, which indirectly measures the density and the size of the ribosome. So S is the sedimentation coefficient, और ये क्या मेजर करता है? राइबोसोम की डेंसिटी और साइज को मेंशन करता है. अब जो राइबोसोम्स होते हैं प्रोकैरियोट्स में, दे आर 70S, while in eukaryotes they are 80S. So let we see their structure. फर्दर जो 70S राइबोसोम्स होते हैं, दे आर मेड अप ऑफ राइबोन्यूक्लियोप्रोटीन इन द रेशियो ऑफ 60:40, मीन्स 60% RNA एंड द 40% या प्रोटीन. और 70S राइबोसोम्स में दो यूनिट्स होंगी, 30S की एक सब यूनिट होगी और एक होगी 50S सब यूनिट की. सो 50S सब यूनिट इज द लार्जर वन and 30S subunit is the smaller one. Now the 50S unit subunit further is made up of 23S rRNA and 5S rRNA and 34 proteins. And 30S subunit is made up of 16S RNA and 21 proteins. So this is the composition of the 70S ribosomes. Now we will see the 80S ribosomes. So 80S ribosomes are made up of ribonucleoprotein in the ratio of 40:60. Means 40 that percent part is RNA and 60% part is the protein. Just opposite of the 70S. And 80S ribosome consists of two subunits, 40S subunit and 60S subunit. Here 40S subunit is the smaller subunit and it has 33 protein molecules and single 18S rRNA. rRNA means the ribosomal RNA. Then the 60S subunit has about 40 to 50 protein molecules and 5S rRNA and 5.8 rRNA and 20S rRNA. So these are the, this is 5.S RNA, this is 5S RNA and 20S rRNA. So these are the types of RNA present in the 60S subunit, larger unit of the ribosomes in the eukaryote. So these are the types of ribosomes. Now ribosomes, the main function, they have the protein synthesis process. So ribosomes are the sites of protein synthesis. The free ribosome synthesize non-secretory proteins also, while endoplasmic reticulum bound ribosomes, they synthesize secretory protein. So जो ribosomes endoplasmic reticulum से attach होते हैं वो भी secretory protein को synthesize करते हैं. तो इस तरीके से इसका जो main function है वो है protein को synthesis करना. And the free ribosomes, they also synthesize structural and enzymatic protein for the use of cell. The attached ribosome synthesize protein for the transport. Thus these organelles, they are known as the protein factory, and newly synthesized proteins are processed with the help of the other proteins. So understood here? This is the important structure in the cell. This is ribosome. Now next we will study the microbodies. What are microbodies? When improved methods of cell fractionation were available, so in addition to lysosomes, certain other membrane bound vesicles were observed or discovered in the cytoplasm. So lysosome के अलावा भी कुछ और जो हैं स्मॉलर दैट मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड वेसिकल्स को डिस्कवर किया गया साइंटिस्ट के थ्रू, और ये थी ग्रैन्युलर बॉडीज फिल्ड विद द डेंस मैट्रिक्स एंड बाउंड बाय अ सिंगल मेम्ब्रेन. So they are termed as the microbodies. So the microbody is a cell organelle present in both plant and animal cell, and they are that single membrane bound cell organelles. They are very small and collectively we call them as the microbodies. These are of two types, glycoxysomes and peroxisomes. They are in the microbodies family. In vertebrates, microbodies are prevalent in the kidney and liver cells. Microbodies are present in the cytoplasm of a cell, so they are known as the cytosomes also. They are very small in size, approximate 0.2 to 1.5 μm, and can be seen under the electron microscope only. So very small in size. So you see here the structure of the microbody. As I said you, these are the single membrane bound spherical bodies. So this is the plasma membrane, single membrane, 60 to 80 angstrom thick, and they are the granular bodies filled with the thick granular dense matrix and the single membrane is present in them. In the center you will see crystalline core. So this is the general structure of the microbodies found in the cell. Now we will discuss further the functions and these types of microbodies. So microbodies, for example, the peroxisomes. So these were isolated by scientist Rodin in 1954, and peroxisomes, this term was coined by Buffet Berther. These are the scientists. Now, what are peroxisomes? They are membrane-bound organelle present in the eukaryotic cells. They take part in various oxidative processes. They take part in lipid metabolism and catabolism of D-amino acids, polyamines and bile acids. The reactive oxygen species such as peroxides produced in the process is converted to water by various enzymes like peroxidase and catalase. So the enzymes which are present in peroxisomes, they are the peroxidase and the catalases. So here peroxisomes, they oxidize this variety of substrate in the different parts here. एंड कौन से सब्सटेंसेस हैं जो मेटाबॉलिज्म शो करते हैं पेरोक्सिसोम्स के अंदर? दैट इज डी अमीनो एसिड्स, पोलीएमीन्स एंड बाइल एसिड्स. सो इनका जो कैटाबॉलिज्म और मेटाबॉलिज्म है दैट इज टेकिंग प्लेस इन द पेरोक्सिसोम्स. सो ये जो प्रोडक्ट्स हैं सारे, यूरिक एसिड, अमीनो एसिड, डी अमीनो एसिड एंड ऑल दीज प्रोडक्ट्स, they are oxidized by molecular oxygen to form hydrogen peroxide by the these peroxisomes. Now in plants, photorespiration occurs in the peroxisomes. Then glycoxisomes, they are specialized peroxisomes and their main function is to convert fatty acids to the carbohydrate. So fatty acids को carbohydrate में convert करते हैं and they are present in plants and fungi. They are prevalent in the germinating seeds in their fat storing tissue. So इनका मेन फंक्शन है कि ये जो है फैटी एसिड्स को कार्बोहाइड्रेट में कन्वर्ट करते हैं बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन. इस प्रोसेस को हम कहते हैं बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन. तो इनके अंदर सारे एंजाइम्स होते हैं बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन के लिए. तो ये बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन करते हैं फैटी एसिड्स को एंड दे फॉर्म द that carbohydrate. So this process is known as the gluconeogenesis, taking place in the glycoxysome with the help of mitochondria. So different enzymes are present in them like aconitase, glycolate oxidase and catalase. Now after microbodies we will study the cytoskeleton. जैसे कि नाम से क्लियर है, cytoskeleton means they form the skeleton of the cell. So this is the skeleton of the cell. So the function to maintain the cell's shape, anchors organelles and assist in the transportation. So what are the different types of structure they make the cytoskeleton? So microfilaments, microtubules and intermediate filaments, they form the cytoskeleton. So we'll study here the microtubules. What are the microtubules? Microtubules are microscopic hollow tubes made of alpha and beta tubulin protein and they are the part of cells cytoskeleton. So microtubules बहुत ही microscopic structures होते हैं, hollow tubes होती हैं जो alpha और beta tubulin protein की बनी हुई होती हैं. Microtubules extend throughout the cell providing it with proper shape and keeping the organelles in the place. So सारे organelles को place पर रखती है, proper shape cell को provide करती हैं microtubules. They are the largest structures in the cytoskeleton and they are about 24 nm thick. They facilitate cell movement, cell division and transportation of material within the cell. They are also involved in the division of chromosomes during the process of mitosis and the locomotion. So we'll see the structure of the microtubules. So you see here students, that microtubules, they are made up of the tubulin protein, alpha and beta tubulin protein. Here you will see. So these microtubules, they are hollow unbranched cylinder, and boundary of the microtubules is made up of at least 13 parallel protofilament, and each protofilament is made up of अल्फा ट्यूबुलिन एंड बीटा ट्यूबुलिन प्रोटीन. ये अल्फा और बीटा सब यूनिट्स होती हैं ट्यूबुलिन प्रोटीन की. ये नॉन कॉन्ट्रैक्टाइल प्रोटीन है. इससे इनके ये जो प्रोटोफिलामेंट्स हैं माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल के, ये इसके बने हुए होते हैं. ठीक है. और इनकी असेंबली और डिसअसेंबली जो है उसके लिए जीटीपी एंड कैल्शियम आयंस आर रिक्वायर्ड. सो फंक्शंस ऑलरेडी आई एक्सप्लेन यू. माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स का स्पेसिफिकली फंक्शन हम वहाँ मेंशन करते हैं प्लांट सेल के अंदर. इफ़ यू रिमेंबर, दे हेल्प इन द स्पिंडल फॉर्मेशन and estral rays during the cell division in the plant cell. They form the cytoskeleton of the cilia and the flagella also. They help in generating the shape, rigidity and form of the cell also, and they help in the movement of the chromosomes during the anaphase. So their important role during the cell division. Now the position of the future cell plate is also determined by the microtubule. So इनका main जो role होता है वो that is during the cell division, especially in the plant cells where the centrosome are absent. So these microtubules, they are responsible to form the estral rays and spindle fiber as well as formation of the cell plate during that cytokinesis takes place with the help of microtubules. So understood children, the role and the structure. Now microfilaments. Microfilaments क्या हैं? They are found in the eukaryotic cells and they are thread-like protein fibers, 3 to 6 nm in diameter. They are particularly found in muscle cells and they consist of protein actin responsible for muscle contraction. These are also responsible for cellular movement including cytokinesis, contraction and gliding. So ये microfilaments जो हैं ये यूकैरियोटिक सेल्स के अंदर होते हैं और मेनली जो है ये प्रोटीन के बने हुए होते हैं. एक्टिन प्रोटीन एंड फिलामेंटस प्रोटीन भी इनके अंदर होता है, मायोसिन भी. सो दे फॉर्म एक्सटेंसिव नेटवर्क इन द साइटोप्लाज्म ऑफ द सेल. नाउ द इंटरमीडिएट फिलामेंट्स. जो इंटरमीडिएट फिलामेंट्स होते हैं ये नॉन कॉन्ट्रैक्टाइल फिलामेंट्स हैं एंड दे आर ऑफ एसिडिक प्रोटीन्स. So intermediate filaments, they are about 10 nm in diameter and provide tensile strength to the cell. So ये strength provide करते हैं, non contractile होते हैं. They facilitate the formation of keratins and the neurofilaments. So this is the intermediate filament. Now microfilament के ये examples हैं. These are the actin and myosin protein. This is the structure of actin here. So this is the globular protein actin and this is the part of the microfilament present in the muscle cells. So next part we are going to do the centrosome. What is centrosome? About centrosome you have studied in the 10th class also, that centrosome is an organelle usually containing two cylindrical structures which are known as the centriole. So here you will see these are the two centriole. So the centrosome is made up of two perpendicular centrioles, a daughter centriole and a mother centriole. So these are the two centrioles present in the centrosome and they linked together by the interconnecting fibers. Now here it consists of complex of proteins that help in the formation of additional microtubule. So इसके अंदर complex of protein होते हैं जो कि additional microtubule को बनाने में भी help करते हैं. And amorphous pericentriolar matrix surrounds the centriole and it is involved in the nucleation and anchoring of the cytoplasmic microtubule. So यहाँ पर जो है periphery में जो है मैट्रिक्स प्रेजेंट होता है, दैट इज पेरीसेंट्रियोलर मैट्रिक्स जो कि सेंट्रियोल को सराउंड करता है. तो ये जो स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं ये विदाउट मेम्ब्रेन स्ट्रक्चर हैं, नॉन मेम्ब्रेनस स्ट्रक्चर वी कैन कॉल देम. सो they are made up of two cylindrical structure. These are known as the centrioles, surrounded by the amorphous pericentriolar material. And these two centrioles, they are known as the diplosome also, localized in the centrosome at right angle to each other. ये इनकी position होती है. Now further we will see the detailed structure of a centriole here. So a centriole possesses a whorl of 9 evenly spaced peripheral fibril of tubulin. So here 9 peripheral, that fibers of the tubulin, they are present in the centrosome and it is absent in the center. Therefore the arrangement is 9 plus 0. तो ये जो पेरिफेरल ट्यूबुलिन प्रोटीन है ये सेंटर में absent होता है. सो आउटसाइड इट इज 9, सेंटर में कोई भी ट्यूबुलर फाइब्रिल नहीं होता है. तो ये जो अरेंजमेंट होता है ये 9 plus 0 अरेंजमेंट होता है. अब यहाँ पर हर एक जो फाइब्रिल है दिस इज मेड अप ऑफ 3 सब फाइबर्स. यू कैन सी ये 3 सब फाइबर्स हैं, A, B and C. So it is called as the triplet fibril consisting of sub fibers A, B and C. So हर एक fibril जो है वो further made up of the 3 sub fibrils. Understood? ये peripheral fibril किसका बना हुआ है? Tubulin protein का. And further it is divided into the 3 sub fibrils. They are named as the A, B and C. Now adjacent triplet fibrils are connected by the CA proteinaceous linker. अब ये जो दो ट्यूबुलिन प्रोटीन के जो माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स हैं या फाइब्रिल्स हैं दे आर कनेक्टेड बाय द AC लिंकर. प्रोटीनेशियस लिंकर है, ये भी प्रोटीन के बने हुए होते हैं. और जो सेंटर होता है सेंट्रियोल का, इट हैज़ अ रोड शेप्ड प्रोटीनेशियस मास विच इज़ नोन एज द हब. ये सेंटर के अंदर जो है वो हेड रीजन है इसका और हब भी इसे कहते हैं. एंड फ्रॉम दिस रीजन 9 प्रोटीनेशियस स्ट्रैंड्स डेवलप्ड टूवर्ड्स द पेरिफेरल ट्रिपलेट फाइब्रिल्स. यहाँ से आप देखेंगे इस तरीके से ये जो 9 स्ट्रक्चर्स अराइज हो रहे हैं सेंटर से, ये प्रोटीनेशियस स्ट्रैंड्स हैं, ये प्रोटीन के बने हुए स्ट्रैंड्स हैं जो इसके जो सेंटर में स्ट्रक्चर है. हियर पिन हेड इज गिवन, दिस इज नोन एज द हब ऑल्सो. तो यहाँ से ये 9 प्रोटीनेशियस स्ट्रैंड्स निकलते हैं टुवर्ड्स द पेरिफेरल ट्रिपलेट फाइब्रिल्स. सो ये जो स्ट्रैंड्स होते हैं दे आर द रेडियल स्पोक्स. इट इज गिवन दे आर द रेडियल स्पोक्स. So understood children, this is the structure of the centriole. 9 peripheral that fibril made up of the tubulin. Each fibril is the triplet of 3 microtubules. These are the, or you can say the subfibers A, B and C. और ये जो fibrils हैं, triplet fibrils हैं, adjacent triplet fibrils, they are connected by AC linker. So understood children, this is the structure of the centrosome. Center में ये जो tubulin fibrils हैं ये absent होते हैं. Now we will see the cilia and flagella. Okay, the function of the centriole. Yes, that you already know. Centriole का function क्या होता है? Help in the formation of spindle fibers during the cell division in the animal cell, as well as centriole help in the formation of basal bodies which give rise to the cilia and flagella. So our other that structure is the cilia and flagella. Cilia and flagella, they are fine hair-like outgrowths of the membrane, and cilia are smaller structures which work like oars, and the activity of cilia causes the movement of either the cell or the surrounding fluid, while the flagella, they are comparatively longer one. These are the cilia. Flagella are comparatively longer and are responsible for the cell movement. Flagella are found in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells, and they are structurally different. So some structural differences found. So cilia are cylinder protuberance that project from the much larger cell body. So these are the cilia. And flagella. Flagella is a lash-like appendage that protrudes from the cell body. So these are cilia and flagella. Now इसका हम इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर देखते हैं कि इंटरनली, जैसे मैंने अभी आपको सेंट्रियोल का इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर एक्सप्लेन किया है. सो बोथ द स्ट्रक्चर्स आर सेम, लिटिल डिफरेंसेस आर देयर. सो आई विल डिस्कस विद यू. सो सीलिया और फ्लैजिला जो है ये मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड एक्सटेंशंस हैं प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के. दे अराइज फ्रॉम द सेंट्रियोल लाइक बेसल बॉडीज. सो सेंट्रियोल का एक फंक्शन ये भी है, फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द बेसल बॉडीज विच further gives rise to cilia and flagella. So they arise from the centriole like basal bodies present at their bases and they anchor and control their movement. अब इनके स्ट्रक्चर से सिलेंड्रिकल स्ट्रक्चर है और उनकी जो कोर होती है दैट कोर इज नोन एज द एक्सोनीम which possess a number of microtubules. As we have studied microtubules in the centriole, here also this is the cross section of the cilia. It is also showing the arrangement of the microtubules. You can see here these are the peripheral microtubules. So exoneem is made up of 9 microtubules, doublets arranged radially. हमने वहाँ पर सेंट्रियोल में ट्रिपलेट्स देख रहे थे माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स के, यहाँ पर डबलेट्स हैं. दिस द डिफरेंस. और यहाँ पर जो 9 माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स डबलेट्स हैं दे अरेंज रेडियली अलोंग द पेरिफेरी एंड अ पेयर ऑफ माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल प्रेजेंट सिंगली इन द सेंटर. सो ये पेरिफेरी पर जो डबलेट्स हैं माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स के, दे आर 9 इन नंबर एंड देयर आर दैट इन द सेंटर जो डबलेट्स हैं here they are 2 in number. So exoneem is made up of 9 microtubule doublets arranged radially at the periphery and 1 pair of microtubule, means in all 2, 1 pair of microtubule singly in the center. So this is the arrangement known as the 9 plus 2 organization. Like in centriole we have studied 9 plus 1 because उसमें center में head region है, वो hub region है, not the this microtubule. Now this pair of tubules they present in the center. These are the pair of tubules present in the center connected to each other by a bridge. In the center they have the bridge and enclosed in a common sheath which is known as the central sheath. So this is the central sheath which covers both the center that tubules, and both the central tubules they are also connected by a bridge. Now further this central sheath is connected to each peripheral doublet. You can see central sheath is connected by the that peripheral doublet microtubules by the radial spokes. So these are the radial spoke by which this central sheath is connected with the peripheral tubules. Understood? Thus there are total 9 radial spokes because there are 9 this microtubule doublets are there. So and the peripheral doublets are also connect to each other also with the help of linkers made up of nexin protein present होता है, उसके थ्रू ये कनेक्ट होते हैं. Same that structure you will see here also in the flagellum also you will see central sheath. In the central sheath you will see the here the single central fibril, and further at the periphery also you will see these are the peripheral doublets. These peripheral doublets are further connected to each other. There is again the linkage, and in the center also जो central sheath है उस central sheath से ये peripheral tubules they are also connected with the help of spoke. So this is the cross section of the cilia and flagellum showing the ultrastructure. Now difference between the cilia and flagella. So cilia are small in size 5 to 10 μm and flagella are long made up of 150 μm. Cilia they are more in number and flagella are very few in number. Cilia, they beat in coordinated manner while the flagella beats independently. Cilia, they take part in locomotion and attachment while the flagella is involved only in the locomotion. So these are the some differences in between the cilia and flagella. So students, we have completed this portion. Thank you, and revise it from the book also and ask your doubts.